Hello there, Gemini. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video scope. This is for the week of September 23rd through the 29th. While I'm shuffling, let me remind everybody that I do private readings either over the phone or by Skype. All my contact information is at my website. So if you want to just get a hold of me, we'll get you scheduled and taken care of quickly. Gemini, you showed up right off in your first card, which is for Monday, which popped right out of the deck. Let's take a peek at what's going on here for you. Okay, Gemini. What you have here is the Poet. This is you, the King of Scrolls, or at least one of your court cards. This just tells me that whenever we have the Poet show up, you are doing some kind of communication on Monday with somebody who probably really needs to hear some of the things that you have to say. So you could be advising somebody on some type of legal situation or some type of sticky situation that they would need some good logical advice on. You know, somebody that is able to give advice that's very much based in the material world and not all foo-foo and frou-frou, but just really down-to-earth advice. So that's what I see you doing on Monday, is giving some really down-to-earth, logical advice that makes sense to somebody in your sphere of influence who maybe has sort of lost sight of logic in a situation that's really pulling on their emotions a lot. Okay? Now let's look at Tuesday for you Geminis. You have the Six of Spirals showing up. This is a victory card. This is a card that shows that you have done something that when you completed it, it not only benefited yourself, but it also benefited others as well. And so this basically shows the others expressing their appreciation towards you for that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Gemini, you have the Sojourner coming up in reverse. The Sojourner in reverse is telling me that you're interacting with somebody on Wednesday, Gemini, probably a male, maybe a very assertive or aggressive female, but this is somebody who is not very happy and they're not afraid to say it. I do feel like they're saying this in a very calm, even-paced way, but there's no doubt in your mind about how they feel. For some of you, this person will be actually communicating with you about what they're not happy about. And for others of you, this will be somebody that you're kind of witnessing this situation happen without the unhappiness being pointed directly at you. So a couple of ways it's coming in, but definitely witnessing one way or another. Somebody who is not happy and who is fine with expressing that in a calm, I want to say well-metered way, actually. Now, let's look at Thursday. Here we have the Four of Scrolls in reverse. For me, the Four of Scrolls in reverse talks about a change of location. So you could be doing something in a you probably are doing something in a completely different location on Thursday. You could be having lunch at a different place, working at a different location than usual. Maybe you're actually traveling itself on Thursday and you're spending most of the day doing that. Maybe you're taking your kid to a new daycare, but there's something that's coming up at a different location for you on Thursday. Friday for Gemini. Okay, so Gemini is Friday. You have the companion showing up here in your week-long spread, and the companion is somebody that you're interacting with on Friday. This is somebody who is highly inspired, self-made person. This is somebody who has a lot of ideas and who has a lot of energy to put behind some of those ideas. They may have more ideas than they have energy, but that doesn't keep them from being successful because of the ideas that they do follow up on and they do move forward with. Okay. I don't know what's going on the calendar, but for those of us that are in the U.S. or even outside the U.S. who are influenced by U.S. politics, this could even be something like watching Trump on TV. One of the things that my spirit guides are giving me about this card is Trump. So it may be that we are seeing him give a speech or take some kind of action that's inspired action. And I'm not making any kind of political statement here whatsoever about who I'm for, who I'm against, anything like that. This just happens to come up in the reading, so please don't take it as any kind of political statement whatsoever. But this is a card that talks about somebody who is more experienced, who is self-made, who follows their inspired action. They do what seems right and appropriate, and the ideas of it seeming right and appropriate actually propel them forward with enthusiasm. Okay, so that's what I've got coming up. For some of us, that may be that we're, interacting with Trump in some way, whether that's seeing him on TV or hearing him on the radio, or whether there are some Geminis out there who actually interact with him in person. Either way, but this isn't going to be Trump for everybody, okay? It just came up strong enough I did need to actually address that. I have an agreement with Sacred Spirit. If something comes through, I pass it along, because honesty is what will help you guys. And if I can't be trusted with the truth, then why should Spirit give me the truth? So we have an agreement on that. Next, let's look at Saturday. Here what we have is the Seven of Stones, and the Seven of Stones tells me that this is a day when you are collecting on something that you have invested in, whether you invested your time, your energy, your effort, your money. Doesn't really matter what you've invested in. I've seen this manifest in relationships, in emotional things, in finances. I've seen this card manifest a payday, so to speak, in every aspect of life. So there's something that you have invested some part of yourself in, and that you have expected that there would be a payoff or a payday that would come back from that investment. When we've got the Seven of Stones, this is the day that the payoff or the payback is coming in. A lot of people see the Seven of Stones as waiting. Okay, so if some of you are confused because I'm saying that, a lot of readers do see it as waiting for the payday. For me, the Seven of Stones is not waiting. The Seven of Stones is the harvest is here. And for me, when it comes in reverse, then that's waiting. So each reader is going to be a little bit different. That's a place where I'm different than a lot of readers. Let's see, let's look at Sunday. Here we have the Artiste showing up in reverse. Geminis, I feel like on Sunday you're going to be wanting to spend some time alone. You're not going to want to share your time or your space with somebody else. If she was right side up, this is my good hostess card. But she's not. That's why I feel like you want to have some alone time. You just want some peace and quiet. I'm hearing somebody say, just want some peace and quiet, for Pete's sake. And I think that you're doing what it takes to carve out that peace and quiet, even if it means hiding in the bathroom for 45 minutes. Getting some peace and quiet on Sunday, Geminis. Getting away from people. Okay, so that's your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. I look forward to seeing some of you here this week for readings. And I'll see the rest of you back on the next video. Peace out.